talking about warehousing services. So some people, clients or vendors are willing to pay premium on logistic services that will offer them warehousing and inventory services. Warehousing, talking about storage, uh, and in the order and the right arrangement, well organized storage of their product, and then inventory, keeping track and record of the stock and giving updates to you as orders are being fulfilled. So people are willing to pay for that services, especially because it helps to reduce the time that it takes to get to the customer, and then it also reduces the cost because for the customer to have to pay a delivery fee for that distance. Imagine when the vendor is at somewhere like Bauchi, and then his customer that is supposed to deliver the product to is in Lagos, and then the product is only 4,000 naira, but then the logistics or the transportation fee is 10,000 naira. Is enough to discourage him. But if there is a warehouse facility in Lagos that is close to where the customer is, it will reduce the delivery fee, and then it will help to facilitate sales. So e-commerce customers, vendors, and all that are willing to make payments for logistic people that can provide those services. So aside that, you can also be an affiliate for every of all these services that I just mentioned. You might not be able to do consulting, you might not be able to do training, you might not even be able to do the warehousing and inventory. But if you have people that can offer any of all these services, you just position yourself as the middleman. Get people that are in need of these services, add your price on it, and then outsource the job to the people that can offer any of all these services that are listed: haulage, relocation, parcel, food, whatever it is. Just have people that can offer any of all these services. Get the customers or the clients that need these services, top up your price on what they charge, and then outsource the job to them. So that is what it means to do drop servicing, for training, for consulting, for warehousing, and any of that as the case may be. So we proceed. There are different people, department, organization that create opportunities for us. So which people are we serving actually? Who are the people that make job available for us as logistics people? Because these are the people that are your target markets. Because when you don't know your target market, you will struggle to make sales, you will struggle to find jobs. So here I'm going to list out the people that your eyes supposed to be looking out for, as the people that you are looking out to serve or to offer this your logistic services. So number one, we talk about the e-commerce and online shop vendors. People that have stores online and send things online. Those are number one set of people that need logistic services, and they are the people that create opportunities and jobs for us. Number two, event planners and organizers. People that organize events, because those event places, they always have to move things to that place. They move the speaker, they move the tent or the canopy, they move the food, they move the plates. You can imagine, they move everything that is required for that event, and after that event is over, they need to also move those things back to where they got it from. So anybody that is into events, it needs logistic service, like so you need to merge yourself with them. Marketing executives, like people that focus on what we call product activation. When you sometimes when you go out, you see people doing advert or campaign and all that. So they need logistics people to move them around as they are doing their businesses. There are products that they need to carry about to show people or to advertise. So anybody that is into marketing and promotional services need logistics people to help convey them to the different markets where they want to do exhibition or where they want to showcase or promote their products. So you could align yourself with these people. Procurement departments. In every organization, there are the people that are in charge of making acquisition of all the materials and all the tools and all the stationaries that is being used in that organization. And when it is a very big organization or institution, this procurement department makes order for these materials in bulk and large quantities. And so they will need logistics people to move it from the place of procurement or purchase to their particular office location. So if you can connect with all the procurement department people that are working in major organization, that could be a very major breakthrough for you. So we also have manufacturers, people that have different products that they are manufacturing, and they need their products either distributed to their distributors or to their retailers or to or the final consumers, as the case may be. They need logistics people. We have farmers, from the farmland they need to move out the products either to the place of second production or to people that are going to manufacture it to finish products, or to the market where they have to sell it directly to the consumers, or even to buy plant feed, or what do they calling it, fertilizers and all that, and move it to the farm and every of all those things. So we have the importers and exporters. The lists are endless, up to even cargo and transport company. So in this logistics business that we are into, there are still different sections and segments. So we have people that do cargo. So if somebody decides to send something from Europe and he puts it in plane, that is cargo, and the thing comes into Nigeria and stops at Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos State, there will still be a need to move it from that airport to the particular person's destination who ordered it from Europe. So you see that you still need logistics people. And in this time, you are going to be working with cargo companies, you are going to be working with airlines, you are going to be working with transport companies that move it from a particular point to a point where you will now pick it up from and now take it to the final consumer. So these are the different people, different departments that create opportunities for logistics business to thrive. So looking at all these things, you can decide where and with whom you are going to align yourself with to make sure you make sales. Okay, the essence and the purpose of logistics services. What is the need? What do we want to achieve by enacting this logistics service? So number one, we want to bridge the gap between production and the reaching the hands of the consumers primarily. So the movement of the process and the procedures it takes to move from the origin point to the point of the final consumers. We want to make it seamless, we want to make it fast, we want to make it safe. Number two, we want to save costs. We're also saving costs for both the manufacturer or the originator and the receiver. So they could also have time to do other things. We also want to increase customer satisfaction through speed of delivery. Even if, for instance, I want to give you an example like Indomie Noodles Company that has a manufacturing company decides that they also want to have buses or whatever. They even have buses, but the buses that they have is not even sufficient enough to meet up delivery for all the orders that they get for the product that they manufacture. So if they are not able to meet up particular time frame of delivery for all the billions of people that are eating indomie in this country, the satisfaction, talking about timeliness, will be reduced. So that's where logistics and delivery service people comes in. They make it fast, then to make it convenient for both the seller and the customers. For the sellers, the convenience means that you are going to be removed of the burden of trying to stress yourself about that delivery. You focus on your major area, which is to make the product ready and in the right quality, while you leave the other responsibility for reaching the final consumers to the logistics people. And for the customers, they also ease themselves or convenience to just stay in the comfort of their home and then place order for a particular product, and then they get it delivered to them even without stepping an inch or step out of the comfort of their home. So it's about convenience. Those are the things that we are providing. Okay. So before you say you want to go into this business, there are some things that you need to meet up with, some of the requirements you need before you can launch successfully. So I want to outline the number one, you need to create a corporate identity, especially if you want to go into it big time and you really want to make serious money from it. You need to create a corporate identity. When I'm talking about corporate identity, your business name, your business logo, do you understand, your brand look, and every of all those things that make you look like a corporate brand. Then number two, you need to get government approved license. That is your CAC, and then maybe your NIPE posts, levy, no, your NIPE post license that will allow you to be able to operate freely in that business environment. Number three, you may need an office. Well, you may not need an office at first, but as you grow and expand to get to a level of trust and confidence from your clients, especially corporate clients that might want to be giving you large volume of jobs, you will need an office space that will make you look more respectful or more responsible. Then number four, your online presence is very important. You're supposed to have stationed your presence of your brand on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You have your WhatsApp business page, and every of all these social media platforms that gives you presence and visibility. That also tends to put a level of trust about you in the mind of your prospective clients. Then you need to have your smartphone. Of course, we cannot overemphasize that. So either your smartphone, your tablet, or your laptop. Okay, you also need a bike that duly registered. Either it's yours or the your partnering institutions. So you have bikes that are duly registered with complete documentation to operate as courier, covering your operation territory. What do I mean by that? For every territory, like in Lagos, they have different paper requirements, regulatory requirement for dispatch services, which is different from Ogun State, which is different from Ebonyi State. So for each of the territory or the different local governments, even within that same territory, there are different papers that they are requesting or requiring that you must have in order to operate. If not, if you don't have those papers, you will not easily, because they'll always be stopping you and obstructing your movement. Then bus or truck duly registered with complete documentation to operate as a courier. So these are the things that you must have in place before you think of starting or launching. Okay, some of the things that you need to be careful about in this business is very important, because in every business there's always the advantage and disadvantages. So this want to outline are the things that you must be careful about to make sure that you don't run at a loss and you don't get into troubles when you are doing this business. Number one is proper record, both either written record or photo record. It's very important because sometimes the material, some people can deny that, okay, this is what I gave you, this is what you picked up, but the receiver is saying that what he got is something different. How do you vindicate yourself that this is what I actually picked up from you? You need to have it written somewhere and have somebody acknowledge that, yes, this is what I'm giving you. And when you get to the delivery point also, it must also be that this person is acknowledging that, yes, so it's the same thing he picked up from me that is given to me, and that there is no, will I call it, pilfering or changing on the way. Many people have gotten into trouble because of that. So you need to have good documentation so that you can have it as a proof in case something goes wrong, either customer or client is claiming that his parcel has been changed on transit. So number two, you need to do insurance on both the riders and the vehicle and the business. These three things: your riders, the vehicle or the bike, and the business, to cover up for losses. One interesting thing about the wisdom of mankind is which they have been introduced into different disciplines. One of those disciplines are in accounting. Accounting talks about making provision for bad debts. That's looking and expecting that it's possible that some of your client or customers can run into serious trouble and they will not be able to pay you the money that they owe you. Then, like I was saying, your insurance must cover the rider, must cover the vehicle, and cover the business. We talk about provision for bad debt, provision for bad and doubtful debt, as in what accounting principle teaches. So that's to look ahead and expect that it's possible that you could have customers or you could have clients that are, what they call it, that may not be able to meet up with deliveries, with payment for product that they purchase for you on credit. And then if something like that happens, let your business not enter into trouble. The money you'll be setting aside will cover up for that. So the same way, you need to have insurance for your riders, so that in case something happens to your rider, either he has accidents on the course of delivery, those monies is not from now from your normal office or your business money you will use to treat him. You have already registered him with a hospital under insurance policy. They will cover up for those treatments, no matter the level. If you like, let it be that his leg that break, they will fix it without you paying any big money. Number two, if your vehicle, either your motor or your machine, either they got stolen or accident destroy it, because of proper insurance, they can give you money to replace it. The next thing is about your business itself, the business you are doing. If something happens, you need insurance to protect your business, because you are dealing with people's valuable. It can get lost on the way, it can get damaged on the way. Something, people can steal it on the way, and if something like that happens, you are supposed to pay your clients that you pick up that thing from. And then if you don't have the money, depending on how valuable those things are, you'll be at a serious trouble. So that's the reason why you need to have all these insurance policies in place to secure yourself and make necessary provision. Number three, reduce late night delivery as much as possible. This is very critical, especially depending on the kind of valuable items. Times are bad at this time, so bad people are always taking advantage of the night and the dark period to, like only to rob the riders ahead of the valuables that they are delivering. So you don't want to be a victim of that. Then find out about peculiar permit and levies to enter some areas. There are some areas even within a state that we have all these touts that are, they are molesting people, riders ahead. So if you don't have their permit or their levies, and then your rider tries to do a delivery in that location, they could harass him, they could beat him, they could even vandalize the things that you have. So make sure you find out about particular area, and if they have some permits that they need for you to be able to get into that place to do business, is very important. You also need to ensure that your partners, that's the people, if you decide to work with delivery agents or companies, that they are duly registered and also have insurance on their businesses, because the customers or the clients that are giving you their product don't know that you are not dealing directly with their customers. They don't know that you are outsourcing the job to another person. So if you are going to outsource it, you are still going to be responsible for whatever negative outcome that comes out of it. So you need to do your due diligence to ensure that your partners' businesses are duly registered and they also have insurance. Then finally, if you decide to have delivery agents or riders that are working for you, you need to make sure that they have guarantors. Yes, your riders must have guarantors and proper legal documentation of the employment contract to protect yourself and to make sure that the terms of service and transaction is well outlined and covered up for both ends. I think we come to the end of this class, so you have some exercises that you are going to go through, and then you post your answers and your responses on our Facebook group Thrivehood. So you should okay, caution and precaution. Okay, okay, I think we have talked about this. Okay, so I think that's the end. So we are going to drop those exercises. You go through them and then drop your answers in the group. Or just check the WhatsApp group to see the questions. Then you post your answers on the Facebook group at Thrivehood. So I'll see you in the next section for chapter 2 on the same course. Thank you.